Rev it up.
Yeah, we revved up. Ha ha, we are live and direct in the flesh. Without no further ado, let's run that intro. Yeah. Mocha O, Dave Sai.
Body Hat Weekly.
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 Foam.
Weekly.
Mocha only. Dave
Dave Sai, Mocha only.
Mocha only. Dave
Dave Sai, Mocha only.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
We're just here to break an album on
It
down.
could be popular, but possibly not world renowned.
The meat and potatoes of a critical sound.
You're bound to like the little bits and isms we found.
We might have guests or might just be us.
But you're invited, so might as well kick it as such.
So y'all sit tight and let's discuss the cut.
Peace.
Some musical views from some
Peace.
foods you can trust. You know,
Body
it's
Hat Weekly.
Body Hat
Body
Weekly.
Hat.
Am I good?
Body
Good,
Hat
good.
Weekly.
Body
Yeah, I'm just
Hat
gonna turn your mic down a bit.
Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat Weekly.
Body Hat.
Oh my God, look who we got in the house with a fat rap review for your motherfucking mouth. What up? Hey, what up? Welcome back, world, to Body Hat Weekly with your host, Mocha Only, and Dave Sai. And
Yes, sir.
joining us tonight, we have an extra special, illustrious super salad sandwiches and ice cream treat, my man Juneten. Welcome to the show, bro.
Peace.
Yeah.
Loving the podcast so far.
We loving to do it. I don't think
Thank
we
you.
really know what we're doing, but we're doing it.
It
That's
keeps
all
going.
good.
It does keep going, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you know
Um,
what's dope is he popped up on the screen like right after the line, "We might have guests."
I know, crazy, right? We might have guests, and we might just
we
be
got-
us. But y'all invited, so might as well kick it and such. Yeah. Before we begin, I got to give a shout out to Channel Zero for hosting us. Appreciate that, most definitely. Shout out to the It's C-Doc Again show, of
Yes,
course, and Public Enemy. How could
There
we
you
ever
go.
forget? Word up. So, gentlemen, tonight, this is obviously, I mean, I know y'all, and you know how dear to my heart the music of Safir the Saucy Nomad is. So I'm excited to do this one. And Sai and I had decided we'd skip right to doing his, instead of doing boxcar sessions, we just get, into a little deeper into the cuts, right? And that's why we
right.
chose to do the Mr. No-No EP rather than the Mr. No-No full length, which was sort of like an adjusted version with a few extra songs. So
Right.
yeah.
Which, we can briefly touch on, but this is the meat and potatoes right here.
Touch.
And
Touch.
I think
Yeah, look,
there it is.
boom.
So that's the full length version.
That's
Yes,
this. He's June 10 playing the C-Doc part because C-Doc always got his wares ready to show.
That's right. That's right.
I'm okay. Oh, I got no wares to show. Where's the show?
I think one of the reasons to start off with this record is Boxcar Sessions is the more known Safir album.
Exactly.
And what's wild is that he put this out there under an alias. I mean, his name was still there, but
Is it on the actual first EP version that came out? Does it say? I think it does say AKA Safir, right?
I think it does still. But
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
but the way that it was released and like the crazy like budget looking cover, I don't know how else to describe it.
But Dave Sai,
Why
this-
look at cover?
let me rewind you just for a hot second. If you want to be technical, Boxcar Sessions wasn't really Safir's first album.
No, that's true because
It
his
was
first
Body
album-
Hat
first
Syndrome.
album that we reviewed on this very
Yes.
right.
The namesake.
true.
But yeah,
Namesake.
you're right. You're right. So I remember my homeboy, Degree One. Shout out to him. He's who I got the EP from in the first place, right when it came out, because he was a dude in Victoria, BC, that was importing a lot of like more rare stuff, things that might not show up in the record store. And I remember copping it off him and just looking at it. I'm like, what are we in for? When I seen the cover, because it looked kind of like something that some of the other like more hardcore Bay Area type of offerings, just judging the EP cover itself, or something from down south, even, you know,
The
Yep.
pen and pixels kind of thing.
that type of vibe. Exactly.
Yeah.
I had a similar reaction. I first found out about this album. The homie J Star was. I was in Toronto at the time, and J Star had just come back from a trip to the States. I don't know where it was. I don't know if it was deep states or if it was just like Detroit or Buffalo or something.
Deep
but-
states.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he
The
went
deep
over the border or like actually like took a proper.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
But either way, he came back and he was like, Dave, I got some surprises to show you.
Huh.
And he held up 2 projects. One was Dell Future Development,
Word.
and the other one was Mr. No No. The EP.
Okay.
And like Future Development was a thing I knew existed, but
Right.
we just didn't have it yet.
Yeah.
Had no idea Mr. No No existed at all.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a sidetrack there. I mean, the future development was kind of like lumped into the same vein as the Meanwhile or the Focus.
Yeah.
Another one of those that never got like fully mastered, manufactured, produced in a big way. That came
Which
out.
some argue that it was Dell's best album.
Yeah, some would for sure. It's top 3 for me.
Yeah, word.
And I think
In its fully realized version, it would have been his best.
Oh yeah,
But
I think
got
it could have been.
a lot of those tracks went towards Third Eye Vision. So No
True.
Nuts. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
No Nuts. Open at the helm. All of that
At the
stuff
helm, yeah.
wow.
it all got put onto the Third Eye Vision instead of it being on the Dell solo.
Word up, word up.
There were also like 2 or 3 different versions of No Nuts
Really?
as that song
Yeah.
evolved. Yeah, you know, Snoop was originally on it. Extra Pro.
Snoop was on
Extra
it.
Pro Snoop.
Yeah.
SNUPE.
So
Well,
that was
gentlemen,
one of the tracks he got taken off. But anyway, that's
yeah,
a huge tangent. However, I do think that the story of Safir is incomplete without discussion of Hyro, because they came up together partially, and obviously they split famously. So
Yeah.
yeah. And of course, the Shock G connection.
the Shock G connection, which ties it all back to this right here.
There's a Tupac connection.
To set
Yeah.
the stage, I think
Treetop connection. Bebop connection.
the French connection.
Let's jump right into this, man. With
Can I
the
just say one thing? I want to sort of set the stage
no.
chronologistically.
Okay.
So this kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be off, but this came out sort of after Safir. I mean, Boxcar had happened a couple years prior already, and
4
and-
years prior.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah. So the stuff that Safir was coming off of was things like guest spots, like the Bums B-side "Make It Rain" and
Rain.
his verse on Future Development, the next digital album after Body
Future
Hack.
Rhythm. Yeah.
Future Rhythm. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
come with it.
Yeah. And plastic surgery. Plastic
And
surgery.
Surgery. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was the next one I wanted
Doctor.
to do.
Doctor. Yeah,
Right on the first track, we have a reference to plastic.
we
surgery.
do. There's a
that's
few
right.
there's a few doctors on this album.
Mhm.
That's right.
Can I hit it?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
The saucy nomad. I'm Safir. The saucy nomad. I'm Safir. The saucy nomad. I'm Safir. The saucy nomad. All day, every day, always. I'm Safir. The saucy nomad. I'm Safir. The saucy nomad. Other side of the beat, I slides out the gate like Snake Plissken with Keith Fuming. Got more sauce than Paul Newman. I'm a shit, I'll make you bow. Movement running through 'em without the celery. Never embrace what thinking cleverly is a felony. Hey, I got a and mixing elixirs, remedies, putting you under the laughing gas like a dentist. If you think I got prescriptions that work in 3 minutes and some change, here's your receipt, easy to receive. I keep saying that you couldn't help me from these MCs that keep saying whack rhymes, the enzymes I regurgitate will reverse your fallopian tube growth rate. You so fake, you belong with a strong ass whooping. I got your ass cooking like turkey, beefy bacon is what you're feeling. Just a professional opinion from the dark data. You don't believe me, then let's take test me. Please do so I can have you full stranded at sea like Caruso. Have you looking over the aftermath like Dr. Dre. Me make $1 million off because they say the saucy no man. The saucy no man.
Oh yeah.
So crazy. So crazy. So crazy.
Yo, that beat bumps in the whip.
Oh man.
Did
So
you say
crazy.
you say romp?
It romps in the whip too.
That's a real romper, man. Now give me your honest opinion. When you first put this in, you heard it. I mean, I know for myself, I was off the bat, I was expecting a direct continuation from what we heard on Boxcar Sessions. So this track threw me.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it in any way, form, or fashion, but I just remember thinking, "Oh shit, okay, he's coming with some next shit right now."
Yeah.
Like musically, lyrically, he was still in the same pocket, although a little bit more advanced than previous.
A little tighter, a little less off kilter, but
A little more direct, dare I say, and
Yeah.
even more, if I could say, commanding.
Mhm.
yo,
I think he intentionally did that because, like on some of the lyrics, he always talks about, I switched my abstract style because you missed, not on this song, but later on in the album, he always references that people flip, people slept on his rhymes, so he kind of like streamlined them a little bit, but he was a lot more commanding, like Moke said.
Word.
Yeah, definitely.
John,
Definitely.
your mic is clicking a little bit.
Oh, clicking.
Something's clicking. I hear a digital click, a little digital glitch.
Uh-oh. I'll see what's going on here.
Not to be
Yeah,
the bearer of bad news, but yeah.
yo,
I first heard that track like in California when I was out with my folks. Yeah,
When he
And,
was out with your Foleys?
they played it on the Wake Up Show right before Company Flow came up in freestyle. So that was the first time that I heard that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's an
That's
episode.
crazy. That was an episode. Yeah. But I'll hear Kilo C put it on the mixtape.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He put
Shout out to Kilo C. What up?
Peace out to Kilo C. Yeah. Are we still getting the clicks?
Yes. It's even worse now.
You are. Oh no. I don't even know what's going on.
I don't know.
Do you need me to cut out?
No. Just
You
what
press-
are you using a computer mic or what?
Yeah, just regular computer mic.
I don't know. I guess we'll just ignore it. It's all good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah.
Blew me out of the water like immediately. Like just the first time I heard it, I was like, "Holy shit!"
It's
We're
a
on
statement, man. Coming right off the top. It's like he's ushering in the next era for where his sound was going. You know what I mean?
But also,
Mhm.
like, who are these producers? Because I never
Porsche
seen
Monkeys.
another song by them anywhere ever.
Yeah, same.
This is the only song.
It could have been
Yeah.
alias titles for some of the other cats he was working with, like Jay-Z or whoever,
That's what I was wondering.
Or,
Maybe it's
himself. It could be himself.
or himself.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
I mean, Safir did make beats from what I remember. Do you remember that Mixmaster Mike video with the
There you
feature
go.
Safir in it, and he's making a beat
Right.
and then freestyling over it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
For y'all out there, go search that on YouTube.
Yeah.
What? Crazy freestyle. Crazy freestyle.
Dude was crazy off the top of the head, man.
Yeah.
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 Really good. Really good. And that beat was very Safir too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We used to bump that. We had that VHS,
Oh, you had that?
that Mixmaster Mike VHS that made its way around the crew.
I didn't have it. I don't know if it was
Same.
was it a Mixmaster Mike thing or was it just like a scratch pickle thing?
It might have been a Scratch Pickles thing. I don't know. No, I think it was.
It was a mix. It's a Mixmaster Mike solo, Wrist of Fury.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not
Solo, and then it just had a little snippet of him and Safir in the studio. Yeah. And he was on the drum machine, and the drum machine would click off, and then he was rolling up some herb, and then busting more freestyles. Whew, man,
it was a banging ass beat he had hooked up too, man.
Oh yeah.
Man, his flow on that though. Keep saying whack rhymes, the enzymes are regurgitated, reverse your fallopian tube broke break.
Is that what he said? The enzymes? I always thought he said two enzymes, like a fanciful way of just saying iron.
Oh no.
Enzyme.
It is enzymes.
Yeah.
It's enzymes.
We hear what we want to hear, don't we?
Yo, and he had a vocabulary, and he had some surprising lines.
That guy had a vocabulary on him.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Anyway, we'll get into more of that for sure.
I want to get into some major knock.
Yes, sir.
Major knock. Major knock. Major knock. Major knock. I'm hypnotical, atomic doggable, the green light monk puts it down the town funk. The junkyard dog in the fog, but ninjas missed it. Couldn't catch my abstract style, so I switched it. I knew my shit was twisted and I still got props. But this year I'm trying to get props to major knock. It's simple, easy enough for fools to touch it. Versatile to catch the neck bob and trying to duck it. If you wanna front, fuck it. I'ma get mine regardless. I know real niggas will bump this hard shit. Jay-Z is funky like the tuna and Star Kiss. Taking a secret away from female armpits. I like to sing about the styles that I bring her when I swing her. A little finger with my P's and Q's and my Nike shoes. We getting rich in 97, we pay dues. We put it down, B7 get free. Meters peak after the purchase, throwing away receipts. No return to point, we earn rhyming. Tall pines, all clean, know what I mean? Burn. Daisy and me is so fun.
Burn.
We kicking, we rip. Stop keeping pockets and strip with major knot. Like major knot. If you grinding in your spot.
Those keys.
If you're slumping on your block. Major knot. If you wanna have it locked and start stacking, fool, you better be bapping. If you're grinding in your spot.
I gotta say, man, like, and them beats, man, on this shit are a lot of them are deceptively simple. You think they're simple, then you start realizing how many different layers are happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
How many times can you say motherfucker? Motherfucker.
Rattlesnake,
Tarnish boot. I'll tell you what you can do. Now I'm taking my crown and I'm putting it on my head. There's
not even a semi-form or like
in my crew out in Vancouver, man, back then, like, you couldn't pry us away from the Safir stuff, and we was always dropping his quotes whenever a situation came up. Shout out to my man Ishkan. I mean, this EP was definitely something that me and Ish bonded over a lot. It got crazy play in the whip, in the crib, wherever, headphones.
Yeah. You could definitely hear Ish's first tape was a lot of Safir. Yeah, a lot of Safir.
Rectangular. Yeah. I mean, you know how it is, like, when you're early in the game, or better yet, early in your craft in rap, it's pretty easy to wear your influences on the sleeve. Like I said on the last show, I was telling Sai, I was like, in 1990, you could not tell me I wasn't Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Eventually, and you learn the little tidbits and things that you need to get a flow, and slowly that influence becomes less and less apparent, but you use your heroes as tools, you know.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Yeah.
We all done it. Every rapper I know has done that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
I think
So
what-
Safir was one of, I mean, Safir, even in the 90s, like I have some tracks out from the mid 90s or whatever, where I definitely had some Safir influence happening. How could I not? The guy like turned rap on its head. In fact, I had read a quote somewhere. He said he's unrapping. He's not rapping, he's unwrapping.
Mm.
Oh.
And he also made some allusions. He also made some allusions to jazz. He said, I'm trying to be, you know, I don't know exactly what the quote is, but something along the lines, I might be paraphrasing, but I'm trying to be John Coltrane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that said a lot. That really spelled it out to me directly. Cause I remember hearing the homie Mike and Nine saying something similar. And I was such a little jazz nerd that whenever I heard rappers make references to jazz music, I was like, you got my attention right off the bat.
But Safir would reference like Eric Dolphy and like Andrew Hill and those kind of players, like, you know, more avant-garde players than the regular Miles Davis comparisons and analogies, you know.
Which is wild because, you know, Miles gets that when people who aren't really familiar with Miles' body of work, they think it's the more accessible thing because of Kind of Blue or whatever. What Miles was one of, he could be one of the most abstract cats out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, one album was totally different from the next. He very much channeled a completely unique energy each time.
Especially once it became the 1970s and onward.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
But that's Miles. I mean, we could do a whole episode on Miles Davis. We ain't got to stick to rap strictly, but you know.
But one of the things, you know, I read an old interview in the Source, and this quote stuck with me forever. But they were interviewing him about how his style was off kilter, and he'd go off rhythm and come back on, and and he basically said, like, you know, if you can master going off rhythm and coming back on in a calculated way, that's how you know a rhymer is a titan.
Yeah, that's right.
Safir is to this day the only rapper I've ever heard do this style. Intentionally rush the beat almost awkwardly and then go back behind the beat. Like,
yeah,
it was almost like he's making fun of the beat.
Yeah.
like teasing and taunting the drums. That's how I always looked at it. And, you know, even I tried to swing some flows in the Safir way. And that shit's hard. It's like, dude's truly a master.
Yesterday, I watched an interview of Souls of Mischief, and they were on some podcast, and the host asked them about the beef. And, you know, they obviously like told their rendition of the story, but they also commented on Safir's unique style several different times. And I don't remember if it was Tajay or A Plus or maybe both of them, but they described his style as sort of like the drunken master flow.
Sure.
And
yeah,
I thought it was cool to hear them giving it up like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, in all the reviews I ever saw in the 1990s, people would make real quick dissertations of his style, but nobody really got it. I feel, you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just going a little on and off beat. You could tell he was studying jazz for sure. And Safir, like personality wise, and he straddled a fine line between deep street shit and highly artistic avant-garde shit in a way that I'd never heard any other MC do ever.
Well, he was soaking up game from Shock G for years too. That's not
soaking game from Tupac too, as they were roommates at one point.
Which between
or vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Vice versa. Why not? Right.
vice versa. Yeah, but I mean
Oh.
that offbeat style, it takes more technique and precision to do that than so-called wild style or like drunken. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
or like the tumbleweed flow a
It's
la LP,
mhm.
or you know what
Or
I'm saying?
rock,
the,
or
the o- the
yeah.
overflows. Yeah,
Who do you say, Si?
I say Aesop Rock. He's another one who does that.
Okay, or even like Living Legends dabble with that stuff. Like shout out to my man
Mhm.
Sunspot and stuff.
Sunspot.
I think Sunspot deserves a episode too. But hey, we'll talk about that later.
He's wild
Yeah.
for sure.
Dude is
But
wow.
yeah, it definitely takes a lot more control and mastery to go off like that and come back on, because you're seeing the beat in a different way as opposed to people who see the beat in a linear 1, 2, 3, like Tajay would say. The
I'm not
beat goes
trying to
1, 2.
toot my own cruise horn, but like Ishkan has some wild styles, man.
Oh, he sure did.
Yeah.
He sure does still whenever he decides to do it.
Yeah, Ish, come back. What's up, bro? We ready. We ready to do this shit.
Everyone.
Get on the new Martian. I don't know. What's up? Let's jump into the next one. This was one of my favorites on the entire project, as short as the project is, being only 8 tracks long. But I remember this track spoke volumes to me, man. It made my imagination soar. And we're talking about Going Home, which has I don't know who the female singer on the hook, what her name is, if she's credited or not, but there's just something about this beat and song influenced me in a huge way. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Oakland slump feel. You got some crazy delayed synth sounds going on, and how it comes back in on the one with that ascending pad sound. You know what I'm talking about, John?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Crazy,
Yeah.
man. Everything about this, man. I remember turning a bunch of graffiti cats on to this project, and this was the track that everybody seemed to gravitate towards, surprisingly.
Makes sense.
That's heat, fool. Junction funk.
If this don't make you want to smoke one, even if you're not a smoker, then I don't know what.
I'm about to lace you like this here.
Oh.
Put in a hard day's work every time I insert lines. Time is spinning sense in my region. Seasoning the zone, a blessing is given in every poem I think and speak. Like a player, I gotta show up. So, keep the twisted mind. State of a rhyme great that makes touching down like Gotti. Hit you like a wing Hitler. Nazi got these nuts locked down. I shot clowns that couldn't hear Safir with a hearing aid. What? This is some holiday. Ish don't fear getting paid. I'm versatile, but I'll never switch to the grave. I'm worth your Abe Lincoln. I stay fat, never shrinking. I'm putting my ink in for my westbound folks in old schools on rallies. I'm riding triple gold spokes. Yeah, red cheer, savage in this rap-ish. Can't spit a style that many can't match. Stay with the stench of bomb, cause this is what that be. I'm from the Junction Funk Division, HOE, back up off me. I'm saucy, whether it's written or off the dome. Even though I never left Safir, yeah, going home.
I'm going home, and I'm trying to lace this money. I'm going home, in this land of milk and honey. I'm going home, and I'm trying to.
I don't even want to fade it out, man. I'm in a moment.
Going home, in this land of milk and honey.
Follow me if you
God damn, man. If that shit
another-
don't, as a rap fan, if that shit don't move you, you need to reevaluate your existence.
That's a Jay-Z production. Another Jay-Z production.
Yeah. Jay-Z, one of his crew members, not.
Yes. From the Hobo Junction. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What y'all think? I
Oh,
want to hear what y'all have to say.
That's another one.
I'm still stuck off that right now because I have all these memories associated with this project, and this being one of the songs in particular. Like, I'd set this shit up bump it like before going out to like chase drams and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
Summertime,
For sure.
98 shit, man. It's heavy, man. The nostalgia I feel with this is palpable.
His ad libs during the hook are super cool. Like everything about the song was just crazy cool.
This was also one of the tracks where I'm like, man, if this had been promoted,
Yeah.
I think he would have been seen in a much larger scope. You know what I'm saying?
I think there was a 12-inch for this song, actually.
What?
Yeah, I think so.
You crazy. You crazy.
Possibly.
Pretty sure.
You know, I love Safir always he referred to white boys, he say wing ding. That always made me laugh so much every time I heard him say wing ding. I mean, I heard Easy E say it once too.
So
But
was the singing an issue when you first heard it back in 90, 97, 98?
No. This it worked so well for me, man. I mean, you know, as a cat that works some melody into my own stuff, like I had gotten over like the Q-tip rules, you know, no R&B or whatever, which he was quick to break himself. But nah, the singing actually added to it. I can't picture this track without that. It needs that melody. That's a beautiful hook too. It's simple, it's succinct to the point. It's like some hustler anthem shit.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
right.
even with the style and the whole approach of the album, like I was coming off of the Future Rhythm, the DU Future Rhythm.
So it's an easy connect, right?
Very easy connect. Yeah, with the singing and those kind of beats. Yeah.
I can't wait till we get to the shock tracks on this, man, because I got lots to say. But goddamn,
We're only a couple away.
Dave, what you think? You got more to add on this one?
No, not really. The singing caught me off guard, not in a bad way, but I was like, you know, it was just. I feel like the progression of this album was just like each song was another level of like, wow, like Safir's exploring new territory and he's knocking it out the park each time.
It was laid out well.
You know,
it sounded like he put some thought into his like the track list, the progression or whatever.
Right. Yeah, like the song order, like this is a really well crafted project.
I do remember thinking, why did you just make this an EP? That's what I was thinking. I remember that, but it didn't matter, man. I let the shit run on repeat for hours several times, you know.
But then
So do you think?
Then we were like, oh, that's why he made it an EP.
Do you think that the end of the label, kind of the major label deal, you think this was supposed to be like a follow-up, or was this done completely after? What do you think?
Oh, you mean his deal with what was Quest, right?
Quest. Yeah.
Which Quest was a subsidiary of. Do you know?
I don't know off the top. That's Quincy Jones' label.
Was it Warner? Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, that's Quincy Jones' shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. I feel like they played him, man.
You never know if this was recorded as an intended sophomore, follow-up. I don't know. Or did they just drop
feel
them?
this. Yeah, I don't know, man. But I mean, musically, I feel
they're so clean. Everything's super clean and super, super right. This is not meanwhile.
If you had to actually, you had to ask my opinion. Oh, okay, there we go.
But Quest is the third album. I mean, this is the first single from the third album.
Look, if you want my opinion, John, you want my opinion. I would even say that it sounded like Shock had his fingers and influence all over this, from where Shock was coming off of Future Rhythm and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah. Maybe that's why the alias, the Mr. No alias, as a way, like how George Clinton would change his names and stuff like that, the group names to get on different labels.
Yeah, that might have been an easy way out of
the contractual
deal. Yeah, something like that. Who knows? I don't know.
And you know what? It does not say Safir on the cover of the original EP.
Okay.
Just
says Mr. No.
Yo, I remember laughing
Oh.
at that at first. I was like, that's a funny ass alias, man. No. Yeah.
Ski mask and like just everything. Like the whole presentation was like this. Like, how could this be the same guy even?
That's right.
And
That's
and
right.
then it obviously was.
Yeah, I mean, timing wise, it was interesting too because Doom resurfaced around the same time too with a mask, not showing
Mhm.
his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn, I'm going home,
At-
man.
At the same time, this is when the rest of the Junction came out. So like Who Riders and IQ and
That's right.
Big Nose and all them, and the
Right. And they had
little 12 inches that they would come out with. Yeah.
they had the family compilation album thing.
It's
Afterwards,
a family
yeah.
affair. Mm-hmm. Yo,
Stay high.
stay high.
Stay high from me.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Junction Funk. Let's go out to my
He ain't
brother.
lying.
I'm tired of being on post today. Plus, we need to grind these rhymes and beats. Apply street game to the industry. Even though I'm a whole ninja, just know I'ma open the door for more of my folies to step in. Hopefully to put in 10 on a bid without saying kid. I put a lot on that thought as I walk towards the car like superstars we fall in. Taylor made it as broad as brawling. Me and Sonny ballin' in the back with twomp sacks off half. He's laughing on our knees, counting G stacks. Soldier rise, bundle max. We don't ride lax, we ride buckets, okay, vibes. We stay high in your holster. Hillbilly joker, soak up the sun, but the car's overheating. Plus, we haven't eaten. I feel stuck. Stop at that burrito truck. We don't have no money, so what? I don't give a fuck. I said it can't order, cause I'm like heading back towards the photo. Head leaning on the window, half dead, I'm about to die. Stuck off this stay high.
Stay high.
Stay high for
Stay high.
me. Playalistic, stay high for me.
Player.
Stay high for me.
Oh,
Playalistic, stay high for me. Put it down and stay high for me. Playalistic, stay high for me. All my people stay high for me. 1 to the 2, 2, 3 to the 4.
To the fourth.
that is the weirdest way to end a hook, though, right? You thought he was gonna rhyme, right?
Oh, for sure. When you said blunt, I was like,
You thought he was gonna
He's gonna
rhyme,
go
right?
on. Yeah, you thought he was gonna keep on going. Yeah.
You thought he was gonna rap, right?
Didn't
That's
happen.
a reference to his spot on casual.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Let me say this, man. Off tizzy here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. His candidness about like his crew like struggling, not having no money or whatever. Like this track really gave the feeling of some like this is like some hustle or die type of shit. And I related so hard in the 90s, man. You know, I won't even get into some of the side schemes and shit I had popping up, man. But it's like it was so relatable, man. Just like every day was we really had to hustle, man, to eat because I wasn't putting up with any alternative to that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he put it out there in this track like that. You know what I'm saying? Because think about how many MCs during that era were, flossing, whether truthfully or not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
I think the other piece of that is this was also the era where everybody was glorifying weed like extensively. And while this song is clearly some of that, he's also toying with the idea of quitting.
Yeah, he always does. Him and Casual.
That's funny, man.
Casual doing that too?
They say that in the rhymes once in a while.
Does this track not accurately paint the picture of like some hustle day while you're like stuck off the green? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like it's so visual and visceral.
I'm paranoid, but I'm in Joy's domain.
Yeah.
So it amplifies the pain.
There you go.
You're talking about Taylor having an argument with his broad in the parking lot or whatever.
Yeah.
And the burritos. And the burritos.
Shout out to California burrito trucks, man.
This to me was sort of like in a way, kind of like a thematic follow-up to Just Riding for Me.
Word. Well, Dave, I was gonna say, like,
Good observation.
this track wouldn't have sounded out of place on Boxcar.
Production-wise, too. That was
It could have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
crazy, man.
Boxcar is crazy though, man. I mean, dude had to include all his lyrics in the fold out on the album because some of that shit is abstruse.
Still to this day. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Like you guys, as listeners, if this is the first time listening to Safir, like, y'all got it easy on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
You
yeah.
go back to Boxcar after Boxcar Sessions album, be like, what? You,
No
you thought
return.
you thought Balloon Mind State was heady?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is Safir being direct.
Yeah.
Joint
God
custody.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Nuts.
What else? What else you got?
Oh, tons.
Too much.
Everything he touches back then was like that, twisted and bent and
Twisted is one of the most apt
Gnarled?
words. I mean, he used to say that a lot in his rap too. Been
Oh, yeah.
twisted and gnarled. Yeah.
that's funny.
This next joint is the end of Jay-Z's contribution to the album.
And then it's
This is my favorite Jay-Z beat on it.
Word.
It's my personal
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah.
all right. Spin it, Jimmy.
Yeah. Jay-Z. Crazy. This your cousin, baby. I'ma rock it like payback for you, people. Get stopped in your tracks, cause the Hobo Junction locomotive is riding, I'm wrecking it. An excellent instrument to fix a freak attention. Inflame a boo's ambition in the game, I got suspension, can you handle it? Important in this lyrical hour, for me to see if you recognize critical power. Cause if not, you got no game.
We ain't even watching the comments, damn it.
And if that's the case, we plays dirty. Jay-Z is murky, deeper than the sleep that your innovative skills occupy. We hatched your egg and got you fried. Some may wanna add this when they high. Either way, new or old school, you won't be dissatisfied. Trust me, I'm unlocking my library. Jay-Z is fly berry. Safir's gonna put it down and crown his career with platinum and silver plaques until it's filled with it. Trying to make these still meal tickets. I never judge the future by the past. I only plan in the future to have major cash busting out my inseams. Jay-Z, feel me. This is Jay-Z, and we own the clock. This is called the Hobo Junction, and we all hip hop. This is Jay-Z, and we own the clock. This is called the Hobo Junction, and we all hip hop. This is Jay-Z, and we own the clock. This is called the Hobo Junction, and we all hip hop.
There's some bugged out shit going on in the production on that one.
His second verse.
I'm just saying. I'm only noticing right now whatever sound effect is popping off in the hook there. What is that? Somebody making gumbo? What's happening there? What's happening?
I can't even tell. But yeah, his second verse, the way he sets it off, the second verse. Oh man.
I gotta tell you, I mean, I love it, but this is my least favorite track on the project.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard. It belongs here, but you know, we all have our favorites and our, you know, saying kind of like Dave, how you was talking about going home. You know what I'm saying? You love the track, but it might have been your least favorite, right?
Going Home ain't my least favorite. My least favorite would be Street Scene.
Okay.
But no, I like Going Home a lot. It's I think I like the first two songs a little bit better,
Yeah.
but you know, the bar was pretty high. The first 6 tracks in my mind are all pretty much flawless.
You gotta give Safir credit for putting his mans on like that, though. He made this like this is Jay-Z's theme, like
Right.
putting them up.
Put them
man.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? he shouted Jay-Z out a ton on this record and the first record
And-
too. He made it
Box, yeah,
known
Box.
that was his like main producer. You know what? He shouted J Groove a lot too.
That's right.
But like it was evident all along that Jay-Z was Safir's like production partner, you know. I think
Hobo Junction's one of his wildest crews ever. Lyrically, like,
And
What-
sonically.
strange combination of individuals.
oh man, I don't even know where to begin with that.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange.
We'll
But
have
sonically, they're so crazy. Like beat wise, like everything sounds so unique. Like it didn't sound like
And
atypical bass stuff too. You know.
individualistically, like, you know, like Big Nose sounded like the big homie who you want to laugh at, but you don't want to laugh at him too much because he might sock you in the nose. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them cats. We all had cats like that. We all had like at least
yeah.
one cat like that in the crew. You know what I'm saying?
and,
That's what I love about hip hop and hip hop crews. It's like they're like, it's always archetypes of similar type of individuals in everybody's crew. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody had like a Cheddar Bob.
right.
True.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
But not everybody had a Poke Martian and a Rational.
Oh.
and everybody had like a Tupac kind of guy, like, you know, the cat that's ready to set it anytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The loose cannon is what I'm saying.
for sure.
And IQ and King Son,
Third Row Vic when he decided
Third
to
Girl
start,
Vic.
was
Oh,
great.
King San, yeah. Safir's brother. Word up.
Third Row Vic is the other brother. There's three of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out
And they have
to
a sister. They have a sister
shout out,
as well.
shout out to King San.
Yeah. Who ride it?
He's also my brother in the craft. That's a whole
Oh,
other
really?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, you know that.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Shout out to the G's out there, if you know what I'm saying.
Shock G's. Get into the Shock G's.
Let's get into the shock G's. Word up.
Yeah.
There you go.
This next jam.
This is
Yeah.
my
Do we gotta even say anything before it besides the fact
No.
it's a Shock G production? This is one of the most, for its era, it is shocker than shock.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
shock at its most shockly. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'm gonna shut up and just let it roll.
yeah.
Like,
This is
this almost sounds like some Dilla type, but
like
I'll refrain.
anybody here.
This one could have been some radio stuff too, right? Like don't you
Totally.
think? Yeah.
And Shock, besides producing it, is on the hook too. So you want to hear it? Here we go. With the D'Angelo.
Yeah, people thought D'Angelo was on the track.
a little bit.
A freak of nature make a nigga wanna late ya with the kind of vagina that make March part from paper. You make my chest warm. I'm about to be reborn. Wrap your form around me. You astound me the way you mount me. Wait, let me burn a fatty so I can feel the fluid when you do it. Call me daddy. Add me to your shit list. Feel the punishment. You ask me to twist you like taffy. It's fun when this bent yoking. Back to broken hot water soaking to ease up the throbbing. I know I got your loins knocking coins. Leave in your pockets, I take necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and lockets. It's okay to pay me. Skills on bedridden thrills run concurrent with currency, earning me a living like a super hoe. But I'm super though, without the leotards. It's the man is still for real. Can you conceive me? If you don't believe me, take a sample, you can freak me. Take your time, critique me. I wanna feel every nook and cranny in your fanny. Right after your annual. Man, me, I'm manual. I leap freaks like a frog, don't rewind it. So much space behind my face, can you find it? I'm broad-minded. I'm made to deep, deeper than deeper when it comes to bumping freaks. I'm broad-minded. I'm real nasty. See if you can outlast me when I bump a freak. I'm broad-minded. I'm made to deep, deeper than deeper when it comes to bumping freaks. I'm broad-minded. I'm real nasty. See if you can outlast me when I bump broad-minded. In my younger summers, my moods used to spook me. I used to wonder the
Rest in peace to Shock G, man. God damn it.
Yeah, dude. Oh, Shock. The greatest.
Yeah, and how he put himself on the hook, you know, like really, really, really perfectly on the hook. Oh
His little head.
man.
So good, man. And man, the line to end the first verse, so much space behind my face. Can you find it? I'm broad-minded.
You want to know something? I actually I sampled this track back in like 2001 for some shit. It didn't come out. It was supposed to be on the She Ran Away to Mexico to Join the Circus album.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
It was a track I did called It's Okay to Pay Me. I sampled Safir saying that. I sampled Safir saying that, and I also sampled for the hook Bjork and Mary J. Blige on the same shit.
Right.
Oh wow, I want to hear that.
I'm kind of glad I didn't put it on because it is some real. It's flagrant, man. It's like it's delving on the concept that Safir had talked about before: snatching earrings, negligees, lockets, all that. So
Yeah.
it's okay to pay me.
Amy.
It was funny at the time, man. I'll say that. I'll shoot it over to y'all at another time, man.
Nice.
I have a version straight off the cassette tape, but god damn, man, where to begin with that, man? I mean, the beat, woo, the beat.
That again,
the hook.
that one would be the single for me, you know.
Can you imagine what like a crazy music video could have been for that shit? Like that could have really changed things for homie, like for real.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Who
Yeah.
knows? He probably could have gotten like a comment on the remix or some shit like that. I mean,
A what?
Aquarians caught wind of something like that? Because I'm
At
sure
that time, yeah.
by the time they found out, it was probably way later. But like,
Yeah.
first of all, if there's anybody,
But they were hip to those guys were hip to Safir though. Those guys like Questlove and Black Thought and stuff, they knew about Safir, definitely. Yeah,
And JD.
yeah, and JD
and
too.
Yo, Safir is in a Slum Village video
he is.
Leo.
He's
Yeah.
in
for Climax,
Yeah.
which that was like mind blowing to me at the time when I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, what? You got Gary Coleman and Safir in the
Safir kept popping up in places. He was in Many Men too. The 50 Cent.
Yeah,
video.
50 Cent and
Not to mention his
a Maya
connection with-
video or something.
Yeah, and with
Menace.
oh yeah, with Menace. I was gonna say with Chino XL, rest in peace.
Oh
Oh yeah.
Chino XL.
Chino's another cat, rest in peace, who would pop
The
up. in
crispy
videos.
joint.
As
Mhm.
as my boy Jay would say, it's funny to see these rappers playing the hot guy in the R&B video.
Jay said that.
Yeah,
Jay would say
That's
that.
funny. That's
Shout out to Jay
Right?
Star.
you're the designated hot guy. That's the girls
Yeah.
like with.
I gotta say, I'm so into the shit right now. I ain't really been paying attention to the comments, fellas.
No, I've missed a lot of it too.
Yeah.
I don't have my
What up?
things.
Okay.
I see
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the quoting the first album
This is Jay-Z on a 24 track through a radio. Yeah, yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
Great opening.
I'm sure this was probably a big rotation in Ultra's collection of music too. This has got to be because Ultra definitely be up on the West Coast stuff too.
Yeah.
And he's my brother in skateboarding as well.
Oh,
Little
nice.
fact you didn't know about Ultra May.
I think at some point we probably need to do boxcar sessions as well. But it
It
felt
makes
right
sense.
to jump into this one.
Yeah, I'm realizing that now, but I'm glad we were tackling this one. This is so
This is-
necessary.
And it's the lesser known of the two, right? So
Which naturally, of course, we're gonna gravitate toward that.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Juneten, I gotta say, this is a pleasure to have you aboard with us.
Yeah,
Oh,
likewise.
thank you.
I really
Thank
didn't think I didn't think he was gonna want to do it because I mean I know you're kind of like me. Like it took me a minute to like decide whether I really wanted to be showing my face out and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But once we started doing this, I was over that because give us the topic of rap. I'll I'll just go for hours, bro.
What we do anyways when we kick it anyways. We just do this anyway, right?
Right.
So,
This is what we'd be doing this with the camera off, even.
Or when I was, I mean, you and me was out in your car one time. We were talking about that. Like, if you had had a camera on us during some of our rap conversations and dissertations, like that would have been a great podcast right there too. So you're welcome back anytime you want to pop in, man. We're happy to have you.
Oh yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot. But yeah, I've been enjoying the show, and then this is like my first time seeing Psy, like for real. So
Right?
been a big fan for a long time, you know.
Yo, man, you dope as hell. It's funny, like most
I didn't tell Cy right until like a minute before we was going on that you'd be
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Oh,
But
crazy.
like I assume only because I know how Moke is. We've been hearing about each other for years. Like
Oh
Moke
yeah.
told me when he like started like kicking it with Juneten, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, you gotta hear this guy's beats, man. He's on some like different shit. He's dope. And I was,
Thanks, man.
like, yeah, no, he's been singing your praises from time. So
I've been your plug, bro.
it's dope.
Appreciate it.
Let's
I appreciate it.
let's
go.
continue on, man. Another Shock G right here, and this one could have been on Future Rhythm. Like this is some spaced out wild
Cool.
shit right here, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm putting it down for my folks. Riding on gold spokes. Straight town shit. Feel me? When it comes to flows, I'm more flexible than Asian. Leave it. MC stuck with cuts and abrasions. No captain, savings and loan. I stay savage with that foam around my grillo. Feel me though? Got to be to detect this flavor easily. Shock G, the maggot, wrapped it up, fly the fluid like my time is here. Some fear their near-death experience. If you experiment with your common sense, you'll get ached and burp. Wyatt Earp couldn't shoot this here shit no straighter. A mental elevator.
Wyatt Earp.
I freak speech and my feet reach the walk. I talk with them shotgun tactics, pledging allegiance that United States are macking. Once told when I'm rapping, I think I'm all that, but I think it's all facts that you sending me a signal. I ain't tripping, I'ma make my loot sticking to my roots like Alex Haley. Sick flows like this save me from sleeping in river beds. Give a dead MC a relationship with me, you'll feel this pin flow. I'm sending you a signal. Playlistics on deck, 1, 2, microphone check. I'm sending you a signal. Playlistics on deck, 1, 2, microphone check. I'm sending you a signal. Playlistics on deck, 1, 2, microphone check. I'm sending you a signal. Playlistics on deck, 1, 2, microphone check. I'm sending you a signal. I'm twisted.
Is that Shock G on the hook with them when he backs up saying?
Oh, it might be.
It sounded like it. Another thing is, I didn't notice it till now, but did Safir shout out Tampa at the beginning?
I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that.
It sound. I thought he said straight Tampa shit, which the Shock G
That's
Florida
true.
connection, right?
Yeah.
Can you run it back?
Yeah, just listen to the beginning.
Just right quick.
Sending you a signal.
Oh.
Twisted like Rubik's.
Nah, I don't know how to go back. Well, just take my word for it. Yeah.
Tampa it is. The connection is there.
Yeah, right. It makes sense, don't it?
Could be. I don't know when Shock went down to. I mean, he was
No,
from there, right? So
Word.
yeah. That's right.
Um,
Got you.
And he moved.
I think he's from New York originally, and then grew up in Florida.
Yeah, I think he moved to Florida at a pretty young age.
Word. That's man. Safir had the craziest character references in his raps. It's Wyatt Earp
I was
shit.
gonna say that Wyatt Earp, Robinson Crusoe, Betsy Ross.
Yeah.
He was all
That's
over
right.
the place.
Yeah.
Hunchback of Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. He's clearly like
Hunchback of Oakland.
he's clearly like a studious dude at some
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You had to read something to get influenced to write
And
that way.
once
Like,
again, and that's
this
the
is-
aspect about him that remind me of Tupac too.
Yeah.
mhm. But
Yeah.
this guy is more like beat poetry almost, like
Wow,
It's-
I've never heard anybody
Interesting.
make that comparison, but you got something there for real.
if you, it's like a San Francisco Bay Area, Oakland kind of
Berkeley.
style of writing, and like acid and those kind of influences,
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
like tangents that go on and on, like blurred touching. Like who the fuck says blurred touching? You know what I'm saying? Like this is some different kind of
Well,
phrasing. Like
when
phrasing,
when you've had a
fragment.
when you, when, when you've had a beat like that provided to you, I mean, that'll help stretch your imagination too. I don't know
True.
what Shock was going for on that, but I'm glad he went for it.
Like, what is that? That was almost Body Hat-esque, by the way.
Yeah,
Almost
could have
like-
could have been Body Hat, could have been Future Rhythm.
future
It
rhythm.
was- yeah. Do you think that like Safir and Pac, when they were roommates, like may have had like quiet reading nights some of the time?
Yeah. I digress. I digress.
Yo, they're both.
Yeah,
like-
yo, that's funny because you know what? Me and Prevail used to be roommates like a couple times, and you know, as much as we was on some rap shit, we probably did have a couple quiet reading nights too, like because we wanted to become more scholarly and shit. Prevail was always like the big reader and shit. He tried to turn me on to like different authors and all that sort of stuff. But
And then if the other thing, if you're being influenced by people like Eric Dolphy and Albert Eiler and Ornette Coleman and those kind of free jazz kind of thinkers and players, then you're obviously in a different zone, a different pocket. So that comes with the territory of different kind of language and different kind of, you know, thought processes and stuff. So you're attracted to, you're in the Bay where it's like the epicenter of all of that. Of all of that, of soul, some street stuff, pimp stuff, poetry stuff, you know, all of that is all encompassed in that one.
you got to wonder if Safir ever had any difficulty like rationalizing where he saw himself fitting in rap, because I think we've all had, I know, but you know, with his rap influences and who he was trying to cater to, because I think I can speak for myself. I've been there. Most of the rappers that I know have been there. You know, you get to these particular plateaus where you're like, well, kind of arguing with yourself, like how you want to present. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder that about Safir.
Right. This is definitely like not the same Safir who had camel humps on his back.
Yeah.
Like, so he's definitely like,
Dude, he had a real serious side, and then you got this like, I want to clown around with the underground side too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
He made no bones.
cool.
Word up. We're drawing to the end. We're already at street scene. We can talk a little more after, because I want to speak about a couple of tracks that were added to the EP on its re-release, which turned it into an album. But we'll get to that after. Let's hit the last track, Street Scene.
Yeah, man. Check it out. It's Mr. No-No, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it down for that westbound Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Dogtown, Magnolia Street. That's where I'm from, punk. Let's go out to the Mahmood family. I'm in here with Jay Groove from Stepmo Productions, and we gonna lace you like this. Feel me? Need my image, a real vintage professor, savage, karma, rapper, actor, with no drama. Reservation at my westbound station. I'm certified with stripes through my playalistically divine rhyme style. A true soldier like the hustlers grinding. Peep the time in 24-4 and promote without a shadow for the ones that put it down. Turning sacks to pounds, it's on the money. Smell the flavor like the big nose say. And 9-7 ain't nothing funny. Nobody stays here long, ain't no guidebook to make my place a success. I write with crooks blueprints on the turf where my shoe prints. Search for that stench of forever running shit. I start sore, quarter over my folks off. D-Rock it up salty when I'm home alone like McCoffee. Cold and swollen pockets is the object of the game. Fuck fam, can't be stuck, man. Unlike a fool, I stayed in school, kept my math wicked. So when I reach baller status, I can count past the ticket. Never brag to bitches. It's all about that mean green, and I'm pulling that from a West Oakland street scene. Lights, camera action, high beams, a player past the playoffs with championship ring. An underground king with dope for all the things. Shining like that, bring that street scene. Lights, camera action, high beams, a player past the playoffs with championship rings. An underground king with dope for all the things. Shining like that, bring that street scene. 97 is the year of the ticket for the Hobo Junction engineers. Fear for your whack rap life.
Si's least favorite track on the album.
It's like I dislike it.
I know what you
Did
mean.
you notice that he said that he was home alone like Macaulay?
Yeah, McCulkey Colin. Yo, yo.
Can I play something really quickly?
I just got to say one thing.
Yeah.
Is this the only track on the EP where he actually refers to himself as Mr. No-No?
I think it might be.
I'm still laughing at that. That Mr. No-No
Possibly.
is such a funny alien.
It's a funny name.
No, don't do it.
I heard this the first time I heard this song, I immediately was drawn to this.
Makes sense now. Makes
Right?
sense now. Makes sense now. Yeah.
Junior
Never
Mo-
knew that.
Never knew that.
Never knew
What,
that.
bro?
Crazy.
What? What?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
What?
Yeah, man.
Yo,
How did you come across that?
It's so differently done. Oh, I mean, what did you guys not have that remix?
no.
I didn't really listen to the Junior Mafia like that.
Oh, okay. Well, but the original, I really liked that song, Players Anthem.
But
Yeah.
there's a wild connection, though. This might be reaching a bit, but you remember Safir shouted Puffy out on Boxcar Session.
Boxcar Session. Yeah.
The
My
little,
man
little
Puffy.
He
From
did.
Uptown.
I'm Puffy like my man from Uptown.
Town.
Remember that?
You're right. He did. I
Mhm.
totally forgot
And,
about
it,
that.
and there's a picture of him, Craig Mack, Biggie, and the DOC. You ever see that picture?
Probably.
Yeah. But anyways,
That's wild.
there's a
I mean, you remember how it used to be, man, in the 90s. Like, you was really into an artist, man. You clamoring to try to find out as much as you could. You remember a magazine photo shoot of a random gathering of a gaggle of, you know what I'm saying?
rappers.
Well, and it was the era of conventions, right?
Yeah.
You had
The Jack the Rapper or the
you had all those things. So you get these wild collections and confluences of different hip hop.
Confluence. You said, I like that. That's
The
tight.
multiple laminates and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, laminates, bro.
How
Walking
many
around with a whole chest full of laminates, slamming it. Damn it. Oh man.
But yeah, street scene lyrically, he comes clean, like super clean, and like he hits the beat like very aggressive, you know, for on such a it's almost like a Rascast Miami Life
Woo! Okay. Okay.
or Size. You gotta be
Okay.
over something like
I
that.
see
like,
you.
Really
I see you.
clean,
I see
really
you.
clean. Yeah.
Man.
I always thought those were like sisters almost. Yeah.
I can see you loving this track, John, cause it's like this one of those beats that I think is like you and I are kindred on because of the chords.
Mhm.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like some Juneten and Mocha type chords on this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, aggressive. And when he breaks down, when the beat kind of breaks down and he goes into this like a da 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 da, like a like a real solo kind of portion of his verse. Yeah, it really he kills it.
shout out to the comment section. I'm trying to get back to you. It's just for one reason or another, man, I'm like so absorbed in the musical conversation on this particular outing. Like I keep forgetting to check the comments, man. But yeah, what up, y'all?
This album,
Oh man.
you Peace, Vengeance.
Interesting vocal effects too he had going on this track.
Yeah,
Mhm.
lots of reverb.
As my man Roger Swan would say, he said he would say it's swimmy. I'd be in the studio with it. Roger Swan was an engineer, mix engineer I worked with, and a producer in his own right. But when we were mixing my Lowdown Sweet album in 2003, he often said that. He's like, "Do you want me to do the swimmy vocals?" The swimmy album. He's like, "Yeah, you gotta swim through them. Just like to pan back and forth with the extra delay." I'm like, "Yeah, swimmy vocal. Give me the swimmy vocals."
There you go.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the street scene?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I feel like it was like the ideal closing track. Like
True.
it didn't necessarily feel like an outro or an ending to me. And
Mhm.
so I think maybe in some way that justified them adding more tracks and making it an LP release in the end.
Word.
I don't know.
But okay, let's get on to that topic, shall we? I think it was reissued the next year, 1999, correct? Roughly.
Yeah.
Sounds right to me.
Roughly
sounds right.
things. Little roughly things. Ruffled edges.
But by the way, the street scene was J Groove, so that's his own
Yep.
like
The one
contribution.
cut that he produced on it. That's right.
But I was gonna say, as far as the tracks that were added that made it into an LP on its re-release, my favorite was "I'm in a Vest." Yes, I will not be
Yes.
taken out. I'm in a vest. Yes, I will not be taken out. And if you aim for my head and you miss, then you're dead.
And you did.
Yo, how did
That-
that sound? The last song I played, the Junior Mafia. Did that sound okay to you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a little fuzzy, a little bit fuzzy, but
Oh,
it was all right. I'm glad you did it, man.
You can make
'Cause
it out.
I'm still stuck off that. You kind of blew my mind right there with that.
Well, the reason I mentioned it is, if you want, I could play a couple moments of "In a Vest."
Turd, please do it.
Oche doche. It's such a bouncy beat.
I asked you to send me "In a Vest." I remember that.
I don't have it. It's just YouTube.
Baseline.
Turn it up.
I'm fly like the sky, never starstruck. I'm stuck with my phone. The phone, I be grinding 33 keys when I'm rhyming. You colorless mixture with a answer. Got bing, worm, squirming in your placements. The information screen telling me the color's green. I'll take a leap to a bounce tactic, knock off, count, static. I'm not a gangster, but I'm quick to click, clack, quick. With a nigga cranium, you got a bowling pin, style is falling. Spit rap cheeks like a cop, your post break. Fluid, you need to stop, no, you can't help you. My shit equal not large for the haters on both sides of the equator. The emotions were so heavily in convulsion. The last one that tried to test me, I left him with epilepsy. Dizzy like Leslie, cracking your chest on effect.
Dizzy like Lesby.
Battle rhyme warranty, don't defect. Westbound campaigning this. I'm a bubble like I'm surrounded by champagne. Yeah, I'm criminal minded. The third rail. That's the 1 OG by 100. In a vest. Yes.
Yo,
Yes.
Taking out, I'm in
Taking
a
out.
I remember.
I will not be taken out.
So "In a Vest" was previously released on something, but I can't remember what it was. Whether it was a compilation or was it a hobo compilation?
It might have been on a Hobo record. That sounds right to me.
Because I heard this track not long after. I was gonna say Body Hat, not long after Boxcar.
Mm-hmm.
This
Maybe a hobo
definitely
sampler.
feels more like Boxcar Safir the way he's.
Oh yeah. What's and production wise, what's going on with that organ? The organ is bizarre. Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, 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 boop. That shit is crazy. Mixed
Oh,
with
that's right.
like the bubble bass. Damn it, man.
And then the like the piano kind of like chords and stuff. You know?
Yeah, what a tune.
Don Key, what up? What up? What up?
There's other stuff from this same era that never really saw the light of day until later on with there was like a weird, I don't know if it was a white label vinyl or just like a CDR that made its way around. It was called like The Hardest, and it was like an EP, like 7 or 8 tracks that I think were pretty much from this time period.
Okay.
But didn't see the light of day. And one of them was another Shock G song, which was Scandalous.
Yes.
He kind of reimagined one of the beats from
Body Hat Syndrome. The Digital Lover.
Digital Lover, that's right. And then there's another one that
was Scandalous credited to Shock G?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. That was on the compilation too.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that also featured Golden State.
Word up.
That didn't make it onto any of Exhibit's albums because that seems to be where all the Golden State songs ended up.
But those are all crazy though. Those are all
So
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
You know what else is crazy?
Good.
Boxcar Sessions Unreleased that came out like what, maybe 2000?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You know the shit I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
With a couple like alternate versions of some of the Boxcar tracks, and then other surprises like that Whoomp song or whatever.
Oh, Whoomp.
There'd be like freestyles too on it, or like one that seemingly sounded like a freestyle. Yeah.
It wasn't a hell of a lot of tracks on one thing, but I do remember getting my hands on that, and it was cool. It got some good play, man. But man, there it is, y'all.
The Whoomp song was a reimagining of the Oregano Flow remix.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Yep.
The oregano gumbo mix or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oregano Flow album versions.
So crazy.
Stupid. That's
Stupid.
I never heard anything like that in rap prior, man. This shit is so bugged out, man.
I think
Like almost like fever dream type of vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a couple of tracks on that album that are like that are like perfect songs almost. Yeah.
Or the one with the Loonies, man. That shit was bugged out with the
yeah.
Yo. Damn it, man.
That whole album to me is just insane.
This whole rap shit
It's neck and neck with Body Hat for me as far as underground.
Yeah, you told me that before, man.
That's crazy.
Just like I slept on Body Hat the year it came out. I didn't get that till later, you know what I'm saying? But I was there for Future Rhythm. I was there for it, man.
Yeah.
My boy Jeff Speck too. That was a big hit for him.
Nice. I didn't know he was into that record.
Oh, crazy, man. Especially especially this shit with the Loonies. That joint. What is that one called?
We got more.
We got more.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da,
That whole
da, da,
album
da, da.
has crazy styles.
And Safir's on the album too.
Yeah.
And Dell is too. On
Dell's
Food Fight.
having a food fight with Humpty.
Yeah.
My song off that album though is "Fool Get a Clue."
Word.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. That's one of them.
My jam right off the bat for the album, besides Oregano Flow, was the title track, man. Hit him with the rhythm of the future. He was saying, yo, Shock made predictions on that shit. That came
Oh
true.
yeah, man. Yeah. Even the whole concept of the video game and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And the virtual
And
kind of
video
world.
cell phones and all that. And like up on the emails early. You know what I'm saying?
But they lied. I seen them with my TV screen phone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing that. I'm like, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah.
Did anyone
No, no.
anyone check out the rest of Safir's releases after that, like the Good Game, Transition, and Hit
Well,
List and all that kind
Hit
of
List came first. Hit List was
Yeah.
1999, summer of 99. I remember I was in New York. I remember being somewhere in Manhattan and being handed like a flyer for the album.
Mhm.
You know, like them album promo flyers or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know it was coming out. And I remember being surprised about it. And Shock G is all over that project too. I think he's got at least 3 tracks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I've revisited this past year and I thought it aged very well. And I think it's better than I actually had taken it for when I first heard it too.
It's his cleanest sounding album.
It's his cleanest. It's definitely his most commercial sounding too.
Yeah.
Which maybe at
Does it
that
have-
time I was like not really all that into.
Did it have Smart Bomb on it?
Yeah, it did.
Did.
It did have it. That's the first thing I heard off of that.
Word up. That was the first thing I heard too.
Toronto.
I heard Smart Bomb somehow before I even knew that was a hit list album coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
same here.
Somebody
Yeah.
had that track. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hip hop nights the DJs would spin that in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think actually that's a song that Kilo put on the mixtape, Smart Bomb, instead of something from Trigonometry.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And then Crawl Before You Ball and
Yeah,
Liquid.
Crawl before you ball. That's Shock, right?
Yeah, that's Shock.
Yeah.
that's Shot with G. Yeah.
Sings on it too.
I always just want to talk about Shock G.
I know.
So
And
that there it is.
Good Game, the transition was a little different. He had converted to Islam
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and reformed some of his ways, and it came across in the music.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all want to talk your shit for a second? Because I really have to use the damn bathroom, man.
All right,
Yeah. Go.
Keep it going. I'll be back in a second.
do your thing, and then we'll
You know what I'm
put
saying?
caps on it.
Yeah. Eggplant.
Did Good Game hit you?
I didn't really even check it too deep, to be honest, at the time. You know, I will now in retrospect, but yeah, I didn't really, because it wasn't really readily available, you know, at the time.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't. It didn't hit me the same way the rest of the albums did. But
Of course.
there's a particular song on it called "Devotion" that I really liked.
Is that the Mike Marshall one?
Yeah, Mike Marshall is the same cat that sings "I Got Five on."
I
It,
got
right?
5 on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is that the track? That's the track, right?
I believe so. I believe that was him on the hook.
Crazy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a good song.
So one thing that did come up, and I don't want to like really dwell on it too much, but like, you know how it was revealed that he was going through some hard times, and Shock like put that out on the internet and all that.
Yeah.
What did you think when you read that or heard about that?
I mean, it was obviously it made me sad to hear, but I'm assuming that Shock had the green light to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he's doing well now. I remember several years ago, Casual brought him out on stage.
Mm-hmm. For real.
And-
For his Fear Itself kind of anniversary.
And he
Yeah.
was, if I remember correctly, I think he was in a wheelchair.
He was in a wheelchair. Yeah.
So
That's tough. And yeah, a couple of exhibit shows he came out in a wheelchair too, with
Really?
Shock kind of like helping him out, you know, and he would do his 3-card Molly verse and stuff like that and like kill it, you know, and the
That's-
crowd would go crazy and all that. So it was good to see. It's good to see. Yeah.
I think Shock was kind of trying to look out for him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Have you ever seen his freestyle TV? that back in the day there used to be like a freestyle, like a G something, where all the like Peace, Micah 9, and all these people would freestyle, and Safir was on it, and he was like with a cane and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
His freestyle was clean though, like super clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Micah going crazy on his.
Oh yeah, Micah 9 went crazy on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peace too.
That was
and-
really cool.
yeah. But yeah, Safir had one, and he was like kind of stalled here and there, but he kept on going, and he was like still pretty clean with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
So I think it was
I'm finished.
sort of finished.
Yo, did y'all ever get a chance to watch Safir live perform?
No, man.
I was lucky. I had two of them. First was a Safir solo concert in Vancouver, and he invited some cats out to freestyle because he was also up doing his Swollen Members feature at the time for Match Out and Prevail.
Right.
So they organized a show for him too. Prevail got up and freestyled, and I remember it's like, I want a piece of that mic. And I remember Safir still rapping. He's like kind of shout out like whoever want to get on, and I come up and he's like, "Oh, watch out! Here comes the bum rusher." And it always stuck in my mind is to give him the mic so he can come fresher. And I ripped it. I did. I did a cool shit. But later on, again, I think it was at the end of '99, he came to Vancouver again. Part of the Dr. Dre tour or whatever was happening with the Exhibit or whatever, and those guys, him and Exhibit ended up booking a little show at Richards on Richards in Vancouver, and I was supposed to open. And I remember being backstage, and Safir came. He's like, "Yo, can we just go? Can we open? You close?" He's like, "We gotta cut to some other after party or whatever." I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they went on, did their show, and from what I recall, I don't even think they even did any actual songs. I think they just freestyled for the majority of it. And then, of course, I get on after, and the place is like half cleared out because them cats already. I was, oh, y'all played me, man, but it was cool. It was a cool moment in time, man. Because at the time I was like, oh wow, Safir and Exhibit just opened for me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't care because I was geeking out. I was like, I got a chance to watch Safir and Exhibit fucking do a freestyle show. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't do that too much.
I don't know. I mean, the first time I saw Safir do his own concert, he dedicated definite portions of his set to just going off the top, which was dope.
That's really dope.
I also remember him apologizing after, it was either after or before Worship the D. He's like, ladies, yo, don't take this serious. This is just for fun. This is just this is humor, basically.
That's funny.
Yeah, which is funny as hell, man.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. I sure hope Safir releases some more stuff. I was really happy to hear him on Casual's joint project he did with Fat Cat.
Yeah, he was.
That
on
was
that.
real cool to hear Safir on that shit.
Yeah. Really dope.
Back to my original question. I'm sorry. I bum rushed. But did y'all ever see him perform?
No, not me. Only on
You've
YouTube.
You probably.
Oh yeah.
John, you probably seen like early stuff. Like I think it was at a in-store at Amoeba Records or something like that during
Yeah.
the release of his first album when he was doing. And
Oh yeah.
he's crazy. Like even like his rap hands, or you know, what I'm saying the rap motions, movements, of how he flowed was. I've never seen nothing like that before. The only thing I can compare it kind of to is Cool Keith used to do shit kind of like that too, like sort of offbeat popping and locking and shit, which I always just credited that to him in his tenure as a breaker, you know what I'm saying, or a popper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. But Safir, he had a weird, I don't want to say a weird way of moving, but it was definitely just as unique as his vocal delivery.
Yeah. I think his body language and his natural rhythm is, yeah, he's right there with his flow. Like it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sorry, Dog Key just shout out Saafir. He got the chops on the pan flute. Who's this? Torch is Mocha.
Beer.
Torch is I don't know who that is.
Delicious.
Weird. Throat meal.
Well,
Yo. That about does it.
I think so.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Mr. No. Trigonometry. We didn't even say the damn fucking project name.
We
Off
not.
the top. We didn't even. Can you believe that? We just went through the whole shit. We didn't even
Really?
introduce the project.
Mr.
Besides Juneten holding up the album cover, we didn't actually say, here's the Trigonometry EP. We just said Mr. No.
Mr. No. Mr. No.
No. Don't do it. Yeah, man. I wonder if Ishkan was watching this. I told him, I said, you should tune in and check it out. You know what I'm saying? This would have been right up his alley. Right up his bowling alley.
Maybe he'll come back and check it.
I need something to eat.
Yeah, I gotta roll out.
Word.
It's a late night for me.
Okay.
There you go.
I gotta get some food, and then I got sessions to work on. I gotta start Martian Christmas off early this year, so I'm already 2 tracks in on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I do have a minor announcement.
Oh yeah. Let's plug some shit. What's up?
The Big Chill, a
Word
record
up.
my brother Freeze, who was a producer, released in 2007. We just threw it up on Bandcamp.
Hey.
So if anybody's interested in that, it's out there. It's free download. We're also selling physical copies.
I can attest. There's some cool shit on there.
Mr. Mocha's on it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on it. I'm kind of a big deal around here.
There you go.
This rap shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's 2007.
2007, that's right.
Anything else you want to plug? I mean, the floor is yours.
No, nothing
Thank you,
else.
Cole.
How about you guys?
I definitely do. John, why don't you say some shit first?
I don't got nothing.
I know
to
you
plug.
working on stuff. You got all crazy shit, dude. You the man. Don't get me
All
started.
this is green. All this is green screen behind me. This is a backdrop. This is a backdrop.
Oh yeah, same here, man. I'm actually I'm outdoors right now. I'm in the mountains.
There you
This
go.
they say no real studio. That
But
ain't
yo, tell
right-
them
that ain't right.
tell them what's coming up for you. What do you have?
Okay. I got 3 full-length joints coming out this fall. First up is a 3-way collaboration I did with 2 producers from France named Alcanus and DJ Parental. Some of y'all might know their names already. DJ Parental just the last year or so did a collaboration album with Godfather Don, which is crazy. Anyway, so we last summer, like a year ago, we started this album, and we got it finished back then, and just been working on the setup. The album is called Ama Lama, which is a palindrome. It doesn't mean anything. I was just one day it just popped in my head. Like usually I start an album knowing the title. I didn't do it this time. I waited till the album was done, gave it a title. So the album's called Ama Lama, which I was thinking of like that old 1960s Witch Doctor song that popped in my head, the Rama Lama Ding Dong. And it was in my head. And I heard it echo as Ama Lama. And I'm like, that ain't right, but I like that title. I'm going to use that title. So I painted the artwork for the album. Anyway, that's coming out on HHV Records toward the end of October. And shortly after that, I have a full length coming out on Urbnet Records entitled Arbutus Canyon, which is kind of like a dedication to the Long Mile. For those who follow me, they know what I'm talking about, but by saying the Long Mile. And I love that album. I actually worked on it for a year and a half. And I did all the production on that, unlike the Ama Lama album, which Alcanus and Parental did all the beats for. And then following it, that will be Arbutus Canyon drops November 15th, if I'm correct, one day after my birthday.
There you go.
And then Martian Christmas will be out early December. So that's a hat trick for you right there.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah. And I got more, man. I got more. I'm on fire right now, man. Feeling it, man.
hell
You
yeah.
know,
Love to hear.
we go through these peaks and valleys in this rap, man, and sometimes you're more inspired than others. And recently, my whole train of thought is getting back to the old way we used to do it, like the West Coast most prolific, like let's just fucking flood the market. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And
That's right.
financially, when you rely on art as your sole income, this day and age, you got to keep the releases going. So shout out to Urbnet Records. That's my home label. And God bless them for not getting too upset about me occasionally having flings left and right. But gotta make a living for one. And for two, I love collaborating with other artists, especially if I can get, there's a little bag attached to it. It sweetens it, it's more incentive. But yeah, you gotta make a living, you gotta hustle, and most importantly, put out some dope ass shit you believe in. Word up.
Hell yeah.
This is probably the first time we use this platform to plug our own shit, but it is what it is.
It's bound to happen.
It's bound to happen, man.
Got to.
Yeah, so I'm excited. You never know who might pop up on this season's Martian Christmas, which coincidentally marks the 20th anniversary of the Martian Christmas series. I can't believe it.
Right, the first-
20 years of annual Martian Christmas albums. And for those people out there who have no idea what I'm talking about, it's not a real Christmas album per se. It's a winter themed album, which I've been doing every December since 2004.
Crazy.
Yeah, you never know. Juneten might pop up on it. I'm pretty sure that Psy is going to pop up on it. It's never really a true Martian Christmas if Psy doesn't make some sort of appearance on it.
That's true. That's true.
I'm still stuck on 2023, man. I thought we really brought it home on that joint.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
I'll be walking around with that in my headphones all the time, man. Yeah. What else is happening in your life? What's good? I got a whole bunch of dental work I got to get done. Like, there's a good chance there's going to be one of these shows where you're going to see me with like missing a couple of teeth because I'm getting shit taken out and redone or whatever. So, word of warning, I might look a little ugly for a minute, but it's for the greater good. I'm going to have
Renovation.
a nice new set of
Renovation.
choppers, baby.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good on you, man.
word up.
Well,
Yeah, back to touring, doing shit like that. Back on the road. Ready
Really?
to rap. We'll rap for money. Yeah, really.
What do you have planned?
I have a full I'm going to Canada. I'm doing a cross Canada tour with Swollen members, like as like a reunion. Like I'm like in
Oh,
Swollen members
wow.
again. Our first time doing a tour together in 20 years. In fact, little fun fact for you. The last tour I ever did with Swollen members was in August 2004. And I remember sitting at the airport at the end of the tour, and I was sitting with Mad Child, and I was drawing something on a napkin or a piece of paper. It was just a picture of a Martian with trees in the background. He said, "Yo, you should make music to go with that drawing. You should do an album called Martian Christmas." It was
wow.
actually Mad Child that came up with the idea. And I
know
remember
it.
I remember laughing it off, but on the airplane back home, I remember thinking like, that's kind of a cool ass idea. Like start a new series, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
20 years later, still got the Martian shit going, man. So word
Was
up.
that the cover of the first one?
No, but it was very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking back then. I used to just draw any old thing. I'm like, oh, that's the cover. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like literally like hand drawn doodles. I don't know if that's cool or not. At the time, I remember thinking like I could have done better, but I just wanted to get the shit out.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
Bowling. Yeah, right. Word up. All
Look
right,
at you
man.
now and your album art. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty commendable,
Oh, for sure. Now you're
It's,
doing
right?
well, it's enjoyable. I'll say that much, man. I mean,
Like
getting
I remember seeing in and of itself in Amoeba in LA, and it was like that big and crazy, man. It was like crazy to see your paintings multiplied like that. Like,
I'm
that's
hella
fire,
happy
man.
about that. That's really cool, man. Um, that's all for me. That was a hard album to top. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a very personal. Well, I mean, they're all personal, but I have certain feelings about that album. So this is why it took me a year and a half to make a follow up because I wanted to make sure it was
Hmm.
just right. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully people will feel that about the Arbutus Canyon album. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I mean, Juneten, you did artwork for a couple of my joints.
Yeah, for
Yep. Martian
one of the
Christmas
Martian Christmas,
2013,
a couple of them, yeah,
Sex
yeah,
Money Mocha.
that one,
Yep.
and
And
Milky
State
State.
and Dr. Do Much, right?
No, not Dr. Doomish. That's someone I forgot which one that one.
Oh yeah, okay. Somebody did. It was like a Masonic type of cover.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, here we are. I gotta go.
Word
Thank
up,
you for
y'all.
having me, guys. It's
Yo,
been dope.
pleasure, man.
Very dope. Very
Yeah.
dope.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Juneten.
Sai.
Come back anytime,
Thank you,
man.
Mokes.
I want
Of
to say
course.
this before we depart too. Thank you to Channel Zero once again for having us on here, and you know we check it up and appreciate all the love that everybody's shown and playing this shit and recommending it to their friends and yeah, hella appreciate it. This once again, I got to say is it's less beneficial for us as artists to get something from. This is our way that we can give to the general hip hop community and try to lend whatever little bit of expertise that we have to give light to some unheralded albums and projects from people that deserve much more light than they got.
Mhm.
So that's all I got to say.
Not in the
Very
Herald.
true.
All right. Peace. Till next
All right,
week.
peace,
We will
peace,
see you
peace.
next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time with
Yeah.
another rap breakdown.
Much love, y'all.
What's love?
Peace.
Hey, yeah, Bobby.